in Moto 2, so see if he's back out here for a little redemption himself as the gate goes down. And race action for Moto 3 of the Schoolboy 2 12 to 17-year-old class is off and rolling, and it's the, is that the, yes, the 29 of Matt LeBlanc from Breaux Bridge, Louisiana. We saw him take some big wins in some other classes, but he's really struggled in the Schoolboy 2 class so far this week, and getting off to a great start. He's got Styles Robertson, Orion Gregory, Alejandro Hernandez, Max Miller, Jared Fry, Colin Park, all the players right there knocking on the door. And here comes the 34 of Jared Fry as he threads the needles into the #1 spot. And now the 29 LeBlanc back in the #2 position. Jockeying for position, continuing on through the rest of the field here as Fry is looking to find himself a slick 1-1-1 as far as this championship is concerned. Kilroy coming into this one with a 2nd and a 3rd place position finish. Schwartz a 4 and a 2, and I actually haven't seen Schwartz up front so far in the top 5, so we'll see if he gets things put together as we near the completion of this lap. But look how spread out these riders already are around this racetrack on this first lap of racing. Dark black skies off to the north and west of this facility, hoping that it stays to the north and bypasses us and keeps us dry all week. But here we come, lap #1, getting set to wrap up. Look, Colin Park under all kinds of pressure there as he is battling for that 3rd place position. So Fry, Robertson, Park, Matt LeBlanc, and Preston Kilroy. Preston Kilroy, the number 80 now in 5th place. Orion Gregory in 6th. Matt Miller, he's in the 7th place position after lap #1. As we look to 8th place, the number 42, Garrett Hoffman, Caden Niffing in 9th. Chandler Baker is 10th. Then Kobe Carper, John Heilman, Jonah Geisler, Adam Smyrnan, and Blaze Cremaldi rounding out your top 15. As our leaders now into the 10 Commandments for lap #2, and Styles Robertson keeping that 2-second gap, not letting it really widen any. Hasn't tightened it up any either, but not letting it stretch out. What happened to the 29 of LeBlanc? He's dropped all the way back to 4th place in his Schoolboy 2 class.
He got shuffled quick, Rodney, out there with that hole shot. Quickly getting a run for it, but by the time he was into that Cometic corner, already shuffled high up on the berm, I believe. A couple riders getting down below him, and as you can see, 4th place after the first lap.
Well, I tell you, man, I'm kind of surprised LeBlanc struggled so much in this Schoolboy 2 class this week, especially with the dominance that we saw him having in that 450B class in the first couple of motos out there, and I believe maybe even in a 250B class. But regardless, the dominance that he showed out there in the other classes to come here in this class, in the Schoolboy 2 class, and I don't want to say find set struggles, but at the same time, a 7 and a 4, not what I necessarily expect out of Matt LeBlanc. But good start here in 3rd moto. He might better everything for himself as we're looking at now 4th place as he's closing in on the 43 of Colin Park. Park's another rider who just has not been, and he makes the pass on him. Park is another rider that's just not been able to put things together here this year, as we say, coming out of the sands of Florida. And even with that, not so necessarily used to these kind of conditions as far as this rough a racetrack, and that might be part of it. But again, you got to take into consideration the level, not necessarily of the competition, but the level of anxiety that you bring to this event, and that might be part of Colin Park's problem. Again, one of those riders that settles down after it gets the jitters worked out.
Yeah, you know, every rider's a little different about that. It's a different time at which that happens, and some riders don't experience it all by this level. But right now, need to get it figured out. Jarrett Fry starting to make a break for it, putting in good laps as he normally does. And look at this, the wind's starting to pick up out there, Rodney.
Skies are getting darker.
Trees are starting to bow a bit, so this could come into play here in just a little bit. We might see just a few drizzles. Jarrett Fry back around the tree, back in there, and the big ruts over that tabletop down into the beach right now, up and over that bike. chin over the handlebar, putting the front end weight on it, and making sure that thing doesn't wash out up and over the Rocky Mountain into this left-hander. The number 34 trying to be extremely smooth. Styles Robertson on the 32 machine, I'm sorry, working his way through that section right now as well. But the 34 machine through the beach right now, I believe.
Yeah, making that hard left-hand turner, passing the finish line. So 3 laps down now for Jared Fry. There he is, coming by now. So Fry, ooh, look at this. Styles Robertson maintaining a pretty good gap. It has, you know, in 3 laps, only opened up to 3 seconds. And actually, Styles Robertson, I don't think has actually clicked it up a gear yet. Colin Park in 3rd, LeBlanc still in 4th. Those riders are .334 as they came by, and there they are in front of the billboard. And look behind them, Preston Kilroy coming with a charge also on that number 80 in the 5th place position. Park under all kinds of pressure by the Yamaha Mechanics area, able to thread his own needle there and maintain that position. And now LeBlanc goes by the wayside of Preston Kilroy, at least for the moment, through the Bell Moto Whole Shot Forest. Now Kilroy takes over 4th. LeBlanc drops back to 5th, and maybe a battle about to wage here. Let's see.
The killer Preston Kilroy, man, we've seen him in this position all week, taking names right now. Holy cow, taking inventory of the riders ahead of him, but the killer Preston Kilroy on the move on that number 80 machine, just dispatched LeBlanc back another spot.
Park may be the next victim of murder for the killer. Jared Fry, Styles Robertson still 1 and 2, but all eyes back here on Preston Kilroy, the 4th place ride, as he tracks down Colin Park, the number 43 machine, in a battle for this final podium position and the bronze medal for Moto number 3.
You know he's got the full support right now of the RM Army behind him. The general, the sergeant, the gunny, all those guys, man, they are back there pulling for this guy right now. They have done an amazing job this week, and that number 80, Preston Kilroy, shows what the future of the RM Army is all about.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Preston Kilroy is able to make this pass on Colin Park, which he has not done yet, or has he? Wow.
Man, it's coming.
It's coming. If Colin don't pick it up. But if he gets around, and he doesn't, but things happen in his favor because he moved up another spot. I'd forgotten he got around LeBlanc, so that's all he needed.
Right.
Preston Kilroy just moved himself into 2nd place overall for the championship. Styles Robertson is 3rd. And no matter what Styles Robertson does at this point, unless he gets around Jared Fry, he's not going to get any better than that 3rd place position, or unless Preston Kilroy drops a spot.
Yeah, unless Preston drops one, but I got to tell you, Colin Park hanging in there on that 43 machine, man. That guy, I've seen him under pressure all week long, and he can take it, no question about that. Setting himself up right now, got a good drive going to the outside while Kilroy goes to the inside, trying to get up over there, not using the short track to his advantage this time.
Styles Robertson right now trying to challenge Jared Fry as he just turned about 3/4 of a second faster lap, dropping it now to about a 2.5 second deficit between 1st and 2nd. Does that mean that Robertson's on the move, or maybe Fry found some lap traffic and slowed down? Well, I gotta say, it doesn't look like Fry slowed down much because he maintained a 152 as fastest. Well, actually, that Robertson just turned the fastest lap at a 151.5 that last time around. So here at midway point of the Moto, Robertson appears to be picking up his pace.
Yeah, you know, we've seen that all week long at a lot of these riders, and here we are almost exactly halfway through, and seems to have increased the pace a little bit. Jared Fry coming by on lap number 5, a 152 that time to Robertson's 154. So the gap 4.3 this time around. Colin Park under attack. Here comes the killer Kilroy. Not able to make it happen as of yet, but still back there searching it out, not letting that gap increase in the least bit. So Kilroy not getting excited yet, not going to force the issue, and I believe he's picked himself up a couple times this week as well out of the dirt.
I'm sure a lot of these folks have found themselves in those situations a time or two, especially with the conditions of this racetrack, just the challenges that it puts forth. It only makes sense that you're going to go down at least once. But there are a few riders that can say they have not, but not many. Talked to a few riders, told me they basically have gotten soil samples in about every area of this racetrack.
Right on.
Early podium racers, too, said them third motos have just really been waxing them.
Y'all, I can only imagine. And again, that's part of the whole deal down here. That's why there are 3 motos. Wow, Rodney, getting dark again to the north of us. But look at this, blue skies opening up right over here to the southwest.
Wow, that's, well, maybe that means that that storm is going to pass us by.
Yeah, things look to be opening up over here again over Storyland, so good shape.
Here we go, out of Storyland. Speaking of which, into the Rocky Mountain sweeper turn. Wow, hard to believe. Remember how many people we've had here this week? Probably, at times, probably 20,000+ folks on the ground. And you look out there on that dam, and it's been stacked, packed, 4, 5, 6 deep, and everybody packed in their golf carts and their mules and lawn chairs in the back of those and on top of those. And man, as you can tell, we are late in the week and late in the motos right now, as we are only a couple more races after this one left to go as far as this 38th running of the Rocky Mountain ATV MSC International Motocross Championship is concerned. Park, man, I got to give it to Colin Park. He is not buckled. At one point, it looked like Preston Kilroy had him. It looked like it was a done deal, but Colin Park denied that, and Preston Kilroy has not gotten close enough to even think about trying to make a pass since.
Yeah, pulled up on the rear tire twice, but after that, it's all been Colin Park steady as she goes, man. That guy, cool, calm, and collected right here in the late stages of this one. Exactly 8 minutes left. Whoa, a big slide there by Kilroy. And oh, here we go, Kilroy. We just get done saying that. Kilroy coming after him right now.
Well, maybe Kilroy was waiting till the latter part of the race in order to do so. But down goes Kilroy. Down goes Kilroy. And that opens it up for Colin Park to likely hang on to that third and final podium position. Max Miller some 5 seconds back in 5th, now up to 4th. LeBlanc then should get the gimme on that one as well, up to a 5th place position. So we'll see how it assesses out when we come around for lap number 7 complete here in a few moments. But wow, I think a big break there for Colin Park on a lot of different levels.
Yep, that persistence, man, that perseverance right there. Holy cow, he survived the storm. And sure enough, just a small mistake right there put Preston Kilroy on the deck. And then he had to put that bike in neutral, Rodney, and before he could get that thing started correctly, kicked it a couple times, but had to search out neutral. And by that time, I think he gave up maybe 5 to 6 spots.
Styles Robertson, Preston Kilroy, only a point apart as far as the overall 2nd place position was concerned. So it looks like Robertson will get the go-ahead on that one now at the misfortunes there of Preston Kilroy. Where is Kilroy? Where did he get back up and into this race at?
I'm looking for the yellow machine right. Oh, there he comes right there. In the Polysport beach turn.
Well, he shouldn't be too far back. He might still be in a 4th place position. I don't know. Max Miller got by, yeah, and LeBlanc. That's what I thought I saw out there. Caden Nipping also got by. So did Chandler Baker. But Kilroy through in 8th place position now. And as far as his overall, that drops him to 3rd overall with a 2.38. So, wow. I mean, a 2, a 3, and an 8 still scores 3rd place overall. That's impressive. But your podium right now looking like Fry, Styles Robertson, and Colin Park. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this may be Colin Park's first moto medal. He's gotten some solid top 10s out there and been a contender for several years, but never, in my memory banks anyway, been able to pull off the moto medal and be able to talk to Jason Wygant on the podium down there.
And you know, we talk about the hardware, we talk about you know, the future rides and the what happens, all the things that happen in the off season, all the things that can be awarded to you down here at Loretta Lynn's. But one of those biggest honors is talking to Jason on the podium, as we know.
Yes, most definitely. I enjoy talking to. Hey folks, we just got an update here. We need to pass along this word. It looks like we've got some threatening weather that could possibly be heading this way at this time. We encourage you to batten down the hatches if you've got tents, if you've got loose items, lawn chairs, anything that can blow around. Please get back to your tents and batten those down. Also be on the lookout for the skies. I don't know if there's lightning associated with this right now, but there quite possibly could be. If you see that, we encourage you race fans to take shelter and seek shelter inside someplace to wait out the storm. So once again, we do have threatening weather on the way, so at this time, please batten down the hatches. Any canopies or awnings that need to be drawn in, please put those away ASAP, and keep an eye on the skies, and any further updates or developments, we will pass them along.
Two-lap card next time around for our leader, who's doing in just about a minute. Jared Fry riding an impeccable race here. One of the most calculated riders we're going to see here at the ranch. The guy hits all his marks, makes all his spots, and has an amazing program from all sides. Jared Fry, that number 34 machine, coming back into view, looking to pick up that two-lap card.
Wow, so here we go. Jared Fry, two-lap board, is coming out this time around. And right now, as your leader is checking in, a couple of seconds ahead of pace, I believe. So Jared Fry turning a 1:56 that time around, opening that lead back up to 6.3 seconds over Styles Robertson, who checks in with a 1:57.5. So Robertson must have gave Fry a little bit of a scare out there in the last lap or so, because he picked it right back up and is now heading through this last two laps with a little more vigor. Cullen Park now checking in third place. A 10-second lead over Max Miller, who's in fourth. Matt LeBlanc rounding out the top five. So once again, folks, threatening weather in the area, encouraging you to batten down the hatches in your pits. And if anyone could, I'm sure they would batten down this rider's hatches. They're trying as he makes his way through some lap traffic out there. Jared Fry on his way home to a Moto Gold 3-race sweep here. One of the few podium sweeps that we have as far as first places this week, but Jared Fry being one of those. Styles Robertson will finish in the second place position, and it looks like Cullen Park should hold on for a third place position. Boy, the wind still picking up out there. Actually, the wind, yeah, the wind's still blowing out there. It's still no rain showers starting to fall yet, but boy, the skies are dark here at Loretta Lynn's. Fry takes the checkers and the Schoolboy 212-17 BC National Championship. Styles Robertson will check into the number 2 spot. So it's Fry, Robertson 1 and 2, and will Cullen Park hang on to this for Moto bronze in this third Moto. Third place goes to the 43 of Cullen Park.
No, we got one more lap.
Oh, one more lap.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. I thought that was the checkers coming out. So that's the white flag coming out. So it's still Fry, Robertson, and Park, no matter how you break it down. 10 seconds back to Max Miller and LeBlanc, another 5 seconds back on the 29.
Yeah, LeBlanc having his hands full here today. Got a great start in this final Moto. Got that hole shot. Got shuffled up high in that Cometic corner. Lost another position later around lap number 5. And relegated to that 6th position right now as the white flag continues to fly, looking for that checkered flag to come out. And just about 1 minute, going to see that number 34, Jared Fry, bringing it home. Keep it on 2 wheels here, put this thing together, and he comes through one last time, jumping his way into the Rocky Mountain ATV MC Beach. Wheelies into the first few bumps, throttling back just a little bit, doesn't want to make any mistakes, and perfect posture, setting this thing up right now. And there he comes, the 34 machine, into the heart of the race field, up and over top of that Kawasaki step down over the cake slice. Here he comes, the number 34 machine. His name is Jared Fry, and he will be 1 corner away from the checkered flag. Setting this up, putting it to bed right now. 50 yards away, and there he is, your winner, the number 34, Jared Fry. Wow. Styles Robertson putting in a great charge right there. 1:58.5 on that last lap, a gap of about 5.9 seconds. Looking for Colin Park. There he comes right there, Colin Park in that 3rd position, the number 43 machine.
Check, 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 check.
We hear you down there, Jason.
Are we good?
Yeah,
we're
we
good.
hear you, buddy.
All right.
Fry, Robertson
Check
Park.
1, 2. It's I got podium volume here, boys, but I don't know if I'm hearing it from the big speaker. Just FYI on that.
there's we're having a little issue here. I think the wind's causing a little havoc out there.
Yeah, it's no coincidence that it went haywire just the same time the weather came in, no doubt about it. We're ready on the podium. Colin Park has pulled in the 32 of Styles Robertson, and your new champion, Jared Fry. They're all in. The good news is these podiums are no longer unbelievably overheated at this point. The weather has really cooled off. And we'll also look for Matt LeBlanc, who scored the whole shot here. Uh-oh. Losing our sound system. I'm just gonna yell real loud. I know, bro. I know.
Try that right now. How's that?
We're getting better. All right, we're happy down here. Colin Park wants his love. Let's give it to him. 3rd place, Colin Park. All right, Cullen, first of all, what's it like when it starts raining with 5 minutes to go? How's that mess with things?
Man, the water was getting under my tear-offs. I'm not sure who was behind me, but man, I just kept pushing, looking forward. It's been a long time coming, man. I was close to the podium yesterday. Had an incident kind of with a lapper and I ate it, but hey, I'm back up here. And it's a good way to finish off the week.
Oh yeah, who do you want to thank, buddy?
Man, my mom and dad, first of all, the Lord Jesus Christ for keeping me safe. First off, I want to thank DJ McFarland and RJ Hampshire and Rammy. They took me under their wing this summer. They about killed me, but hey, it's all good. And I want to thank BTO Sports, 60 Helmets, Oakley, FMF, JMS built me a mean motor, man. I was getting starts like never before. Ride Dunlop, Cycle Trader, man, I forget, SLR Rifle Works, Oakley, whoever else I forgot to, oh, my mechanic Chris, man. He busted his butt. We had a blown motor, but we got it handled, and my cousin Nicholas for coming out, all my family and friends, and whoever else I forgot. Thank you so much.
Excellent job. Colin Park. I got a 2nd place medal for Styles Robertson. Let's bring up our 2nd place finisher. Here it comes. Appreciate that. And also, I believe Matt LeBlanc had the whole shot in that one. So if Matt LeBlanc wants to be ready, we'll give him the FMF Whole Shot Award. Well, not a title like it was in 250B, but he'll still take some podium medals. Let's hear it for Styles Robertson. Yeah, it's a lot different compared to the championship. Well, in defense, the rain, I think, scared some people away. Not the title I'm sure that you would love to have gotten to, but how do you feel about this class?
That was up and down. Just bad starts in a couple motos, didn't put me in the position I would like. I put myself in that position that time, but didn't execute. And I had one lap that I was like, all right, I feel pretty good. And then just kept making mistakes. I think just I don't know, maybe my line's a little bit, but I was trying to follow Jarrett, see where he was getting me at, and made a run a little bit, and then fell off of it, and then tried again at the end. But yeah.
Who do you want to thank, Styles?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa, my sister, everyone watching, all my family and friends. My trainer, Ivan Tedesco, Darren Stockton, Robbie Raynard, my mechanic Chris, the whole Monster Energy Kawasaki Team Green Pro Circuit, Dunlop, Scott, Alpine Star, Maximo, Renthal, Arc Levers, and just everybody else. Thanks.
Styles Robertson, everyone, second place in Schoolboy 2. Is Matt LeBlanc around? I believe he got our whole shot. I see him over there. Thank you, Matt. So we'll give the whole shot award to him, and then we'll give Jarrett Fry his due as a dominant champion in this class. Hey, folks, your Bell Helmets whole shot award goes to Matthew LeBlanc. How'd that moto go?
Horrible. I got the whole shot, and then after that, just threw the anchor and didn't ride good. Dropped from 1st to 5th, and then just didn't ride good.
You'll be back next year, I'm sure, to fix that. You did well earlier in the week for sure. Who do you want to thank?
Lord Jesus Christ for keeping me safe. My mom, my dad, the whole Star Racing Yamaha crew. Dunlop, FMF, Thor, 100%, Bell, Alpine Stars, Garrett Swanepoel, and anyone else I forgot. Thanks.
There it is, folks. Matthew LeBlanc, your whole shot winner. And now we clear the way for our champ. Let's bring him on up. Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha, but even more to celebrate. They did have the whole shot there with LeBlanc, but now it is time to celebrate a championship. The Shield Trophy, first time, right? First one of these, hard to believe. He's been a contender for a while, but now he's got himself a title. Jarrett Fry. There you go. This class, man, it was solid all the way. I got to grab this before it goes away. You get the 1-1-1 sweep. What's been the difference, man? We saw you at Daytona pretty much all year. You've been rolling. What's going on with you?
Nothing really, just been training really hard, and all the hard work's paying off.
What about this moto? Did you think about points, or you're like, nah, man, I want wins?
No, I just wanted to get off to a good start and really just ride my own race.
Cool. All right, who do you want to thank for it, Jarrett?
Monster Energy, Star Racing, Yamaha, Bell, Thor, 100%, Alpine Star, Dunlop, FMF, Nikon, Sycra, ARC, and anyone else I forgot. Thanks.
All right, we got some hardware for you. I'm going to grab the gold medal for the Moto win the sweep, and I'm going to invite Tad from the AMA on up to hand over the #1 plate. Ladies and gentlemen, in the Schoolboy class, let's congratulate the number 34, Jarrett Fry. There it is. Let's send it back up.
All right, thank you, Weege. Plus 45 senior.